Hi everyone, my name is Kristin Hayes. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we're going to be making this cute milkshake card. It's in the mini catalog, the January to April 2023 mini, and it's right after the Valentine's Day things. And let me just show you the whole stamp set. Share a milkshake, and you know, it has the Valentine in it, but I made one the other day for my niece for her birthday. So I think you can use it for a lot of different things, not just Valentine's. It's just so cute. So let's get started here. Our base is going to be a piece of rich raspberry, and this is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and I did score it at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece here of basic white. This is cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and I did use a new embossing folder on this. Now these are not going to be available until March 1st, but they come in a 3-pack. Let me hold them so maybe you can see them. They come in a 3-pack together, and they're really great. I haven't used this one yet, but I've used this one, and I really love them. Now this one, you might be able to see, will crack a little bit, which doesn't bother me. But if it bothers you, you can always just spritz it very lightly with a little bit of water before you run it through the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. And that way it will, it should stop the cracking for you. So we're just going to take a little bit of fresh freesia. I never know if I'm saying that color right. I get tongue-tied with it. And we're going to take a blending brush, and I'm just going to lightly just do a little bit on here to bring it to life a little bit here. All right. I did a lot of the die cutting beforehand just because there's a lot of little pieces, but I'll walk you through each piece as I go so you can see. I'm just going to adhere this on right here. Now the dies for this bundle are very, very cute as well. So this makes a cone. You can have a little dish, a spoon, whipped cream, ice cream, and I'll show you the ones we're going to be using. So I did this little detailing piece already, and I did the ice cream on top already, and you can see there's a little slit here for the straw, which will adhere after. And the paper I used is the Fine Shimmer paper pack, and I think this is a little bit hidden in the mini catalog. It's got soft succulent, fresh freesia, and then it also has gold. I think it's gold. Let's just pull it out to make sure. Oh, it doesn't want to work that way. All right. Oh, maybe I used the gold. Oh, no, there it is. I didn't think I'd used it all yet. And there's the gold. So it's got a nice shimmer. It's smooth to the touch, so it's not like a glimmer paper where it's a little bit grittier. So I wanted a lot of shine for this card. So to make our base for our milkshake, this is a piece of the shimmery white cardstock. Now, I used, it's not as shimmery as these, but I wanted something that still had a little bit of sparkle. So what I did is I took some rich raspberry and another blending brush, and I just went over this piece like this. And you can go as deep or as light as you would like. I think I'm going to do another coat here. Whoops, that's really dark, but that's okay. We don't necessarily have to use it down that far. We're going to do a die cut piece out of this. And I think that looks pretty good. So then I'm going to come in with this stamp. Now there is a whole stamp if you wanted to do like a two-tone type thing, which will come out two-tone because we did the blending brush on here, but you could use this and then put this one on top of it. So I'm just going to take this and stamp right in the middle here. Let's see. Yep, that looks good. And then I'm going to do the die cutting on this one. I think this is the only piece we're going to have to die cut, but I wanted to show you the blending on that before I before I put it through. All right, so I'm just going to bring up the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and line this up. 2 hands probably works better. Down just a little bit, I think. I don't know, my hands shake a little bit, so sometimes lining the dies up gives me a little bit of fits. Okay, that looks good. If you take your time with it and get it the way you want it, it usually comes out on the first try. All right. So here, whoops, I just threw that. There we go. Here's this piece. And you can see I did a little bit more blending on this one than I did on this. And it does still have the shimmer. I'm sure it's really hard to see on camera, but it is a little bit shimmery. So then what I wanted to do is I have the cherry and the straw. So this is the piece of the straw I used, and I just stamped in basic white on with rich razzleberry, and then I did the same rich razzleberry with the cherry on basic white. And the reason why I use basic white for those two things is because the shimmer paper, it's a little off-white, really. They call it white, but to me it looks off-white, and I really wanted, because I had the bright white here, I wanted the bright white where you could see on here. The dish for the milkshake didn't matter because we were coloring the whole thing. So I'm going to take some Wink of Stella just to add some shimmer to this as well. Lots of shimmer on this card. There we go. And I'm just going to do the rich razzleberry pieces on the straw. Alrighty. So then let's start assembling, and we'll do the sentiment at the end. Just because I have so many pieces here, I don't want to start losing them. So to attach this piece, what I did is I just used a little adhesive on the side and then put it at a little bit of an angle here. And then this one, I think I just adhered directly on. So we're just going to put that right here. And then this piece will stay because it's attached over there. So for the ice cream on top here, I'm going to use some glue dots for this soft succulent piece. Sometimes these glue dots don't want to come off, but all right. And I'm going to do it at a little bit of an angle here. Now this one I want to attach my straw to first, so I'm just going to tuck it in this little slot and hold it with a glue dot at the once I get it in. So it just goes in like that. Just want to make sure you don't push it too far and it comes out the other end, or you could just trim that as well if you wanted it a shorter straw. So let me just tuck a glue dot underneath. Whoop. There we go. Just so it sticks on and doesn't fall off. Now this, I'm going to use some dimensionals. I'm just going to put one at the top here. And then I'm going to hide this slit on the soft succulent, just because we don't need to have two for this project. Maybe move that way so it doesn't go off the card. All right, so then let's see if I'm going to find all my pieces. The cherry has disappeared. Oh, there it is. So we're going to use a little glue dot for that one as well. And just stick that right here. And then I have some hearts. Now these hearts are out of the same die set that we've been using. So let's put some glue dots on these. And we're just going to put them at the top here. And then when we do the sentiment, I'm going to show you a new punch that's in the spring catalog as well. And then this one, I think I rolled it because it's so tiny. So let me do that quick. And then we can just stick it right here. Okay, so there's that. So let's get our sentiment together. I've got a piece of the fresh freesia, and it's cut at 2 5/8 by 1 inch. And I'm going to come in with the Life is Sweeter Than You with the rich razzleberry. And just stamp right in the middle. There we go. And then I have a really nice punch to do some of the edging on it. So this is the Happy Labels Pick-a-Punch, and you can see there's 2 different edges here. We're going to use this one, and there's 3 different widths you can use it on. So we're using the biggest one, which is 1 inch, and you're just going to slide it all the way through. Now this is a smaller piece, so I have less of a tail. You could always put a little bit of a Post-it on that to help you get it in and out, but I figured I could just grab it. All right, let's make sure. There we go. Then we've got our 2 sides. And for this, I'm going to put some dimensionals on it. All righty. And then I'm going to just tack it so that we're holding down that grid piece as well, so it's not just floating on the card. And that's all there is to it. So here's the one we made, and here is our original. And thank you so much for watching. All of my social links will be listed down below. And if you have any questions, please just let me know. Thanks so much.